All right. Welcome to the hot seat, everybody. Technology's gotten the better of us again. We'll try and figure it out in the next couple of weeks and make sure that this doesn't repeat itself. But once again, we couldn't get to live. But we're still here, and we're really excited to talk to Sumit, who I think you beat Andrew, who woke up at 5 in the morning, because it's now 2:30 in the morning where you're at in Pune. You're in Pune, right?
Yeah, I generally wake up at 4 o'clock. I sleep
Okay.
at 10 o'clock.
Right.
And,
So you got up early, or you just stayed up late?
yeah, I stayed up late.
Okay. Yeah, I go to bed really early too. I usually get up at 4, and I'm usually zonked out
Right
by
now,
8:30.
no work.
Well, that does help, right? Getting up early or staying up late. You don't need to get up.
Right now, I'm not working, so I could be up late.
So Sumit, we saw you in coffee with Ryan over the weekend, and it was great to see you there. So you're running a fitness business,
Yes.
right? And you also have a physical product, right?
Yes.
So
I have 4 products right now.
You have 4 products. So why don't you tell us a little bit about like what kind of fitness business you have and how those products sort of fit into the business?
Okay. Before that, I'll just brief you a story about me.
Sure.
See, I am basically not from Pune. Pune is a city. So my hometown is a small town, 100 kilometers from Pune. So where my parents still live, and I go often once in a month. So this is like 15 years back, out of, passion and do what you like. I joined this industry as a general trainer. Then I become a senior trainer, personal trainer, and got all the certification. You might be knowing, American Council on Exercise, and many 8-10 certification. You worked as a yoga teacher, and then I continued working as a personal trainer. And I take lectures also. We have small academy. We have 2 major chains in India, especially in our state. There is a fitness club called as ABS,
Mm-hmm.
and even Gold Gym is doing very good in India. So this ABS has an academy called Abs Fitness Academy, where I take lectures on especially form and technique, and that goes on. So I thought, I have to have something of my own. So I was just wondering that, putting up a gym, so it will be very costly, and every corner of a city, everyone, even if he's not related to fitness, he puts up a gym.
Right.
Someone has money or don't have money, they, everyone puts up, and there are so many investors, and big chains are also coming up, and they are, it is not something unique or something like that. So I did this search, how to make money online, fitness online, and did some small course on Amazon, and then found Ryan and everything. And one sentence made a very big change of Ryan's, that was related to me, which said that you can't become rich trading your hours. So so after that, I started this, going into physical product. And then we had this product called, to start, I thought that I am a fitness guy. I know about fitness. I know about the problems. I know, what can be done. So first product was leg split stretcher. So there is 3-legged machine where you stretch the inner thighs, the adductor muscles, and everything. We launched it on Amazon, and it is doing good. Manufacturers here at our workshop. And then second product was a yoga mat, which is actually exercise mat, which shall I show you that?
Sure, why not?
Yeah. It's here. If you can see,
Mm-hmm.
This is not the usual yoga mat you see. This is slightly different.
Right.
How this is made of resin. Many gyms use it. The Sports institutes use it, karate, and many gyms also use it. And I did it that which is doing very good in India. I actually exported it also to Amazon.com. There also it did good. Many people bought it like 10, 20, 30 at a time. But I had a bad experience. That is why I didn't send it again. Then I had another product. This is the wrist grip.
Okay.
Shall I show you this?
Sure.
Yeah. So I was facing this problem of wrist pain for many years, and the grip which I had, which was not enough long. So I made this grip very long, like 22 inches, with very long Velcros, the longest Velcro. So I can.
So Sumit, is that the first product where you sort of changed something in response to your own experience?
I didn't understand.
Is the wrist grip the first product? That's your third product, right?
Yeah, it is a third product.
And is that out of the three? Is that the first time that you used your own experience to change the product?
No. Every time.
Okay.
Every time in that mat, many people have got experience of mat turning out, worning out, and those small particles comes out when they use it. Mm-hmm. So I came to know our gym faced it. So we had to have this kind of mat which is more durable. So I use that in my experience there also.
Mm-hmm. So you have what's the fourth one?
Fourth one is right now, it is at workshop. It is a very big old classic push-up handle. You might have seen, like big, the sturdy one.
Are the ones the ones that you roll?
No. It is push-up handle. I mean, see, like this.
And what do you do with it? I'm not sure that.
You do push-up.
Okay. I'll have to look into it.
Actually, push-up, which is very good. See, I faced a wrist pain. And many people does it. Mm-hmm. And when the wrist is extended while doing push-up, it pains here.
Right.
And the wrist is something like you can't give rest. You are driving, you're riding, it doesn't get rest, and it becomes a victim of overuse. And the natural position for this wrist is this, and right, which can get achieved while you use stand or something like this. Push-up stand, the wrist is like this. Mm-hmm. So many people use it for that.
Okay. Your products, you're selling them on Amazon in India or in the US as well? Or just in the US?
What I did, I tried my one product, that mat, in US. Mm-hmm. And lack of experience actually. I didn't know something called as volumetric weight. I knew only weight, and I calculated only weight. And the FedEx sent me the bill, which was humongous, and that is why after that I couldn't dare it to send it again. Mm-hmm. But yes, I'm planning. I got a good response. We got around 20 reviews also out, and many people bought it, like 10, 20. Then I came to know that people are using it for their gyms and sports. The one guy who bought, I sent only 50 mat, so one guy bought 20 out of that. So I had to search him, like why he's, generally people buy one or maximum two. So he bought 10. I kept a maximum limit of 10. So he bought 10 once and again 10. And I was just wondering. So I searched his name on Facebook. So I found that he owns a martial art classes kind of thing, a business. And for that he is using. So then I tried that segment here also in local area and sold it to few gyms and this thing. But I have that plan to go worldwide for my business and taking it to $1 million.
Sumit, it sounds like you've done a great job applying your experience in the fitness industry to finding products that people really want to buy and making the changes and modifications so that you're offering something that's new and different to the marketplace. So congratulations. It sounds like you're doing a great job on that. What do you feel like is your current biggest challenge that you're facing? What are you struggling with right now?
Greg, it's been my first product was that leg stretcher, which we sold at 2017, 17 November 2017 was my first order. I just got an email called ship now and everything. And after that, we didn't do that much progress. The way, the Ryan say like 12 month, and even I read your comment 6 to 8 month, I can make million and kind of thing. I I feel, I mean, am I too slow? And I really have that resistance whenever I try to take decisions. Whenever I try to launch products, I have to have like, how is the product, kind of. So what? So this is my really big struggle. I have my page also of our brand Iron Warrior, which is created around 2018. But I ran the ad and everything just last month, where I was free and we got 5,000 likes and everything. So I feel like the direction is missing, and right now the customer, the ideal customer, the targeted customer, the way we say that, whom you are serving, that person is missing, because that stretcher can be bought by martial artist and yoga, and then the rest, those guys are into karate classes or something like that, and this grip is bought by a person who goes to the gym, and mat is also bought by, everyone is different. That is, I have to align myself to somewhere, you know uh, in one direction.
Okay, that makes sense. So you feel like you have a selection of good products, but they're not necessarily all for the same person.
Right.
And you struggle with trying to decide who the person should be, because you see value in a lot of different directions, and so you feel stuck having to pick one. Is that
Right.
accurate?
Right.
Okay.
But even
What is
before,
your-
I'm sorry, Greg, even
Yep.
before you go there, Sumit, you say that you're slow and you have trouble making decisions, but you have a brand, you have 4 products, you've decided to sell in the US and made mistakes, and you're still up and running. I just want you to realize that that's more than 98% of everybody else who even thinks about going into e-commerce
Okay.
does. So that's in your mind. You might want to go faster, and there's ways to do that, but you're not slow.
Okay.
You're faster than almost absolutely everybody.
Oh.
So I just had to get that out, Greg. It's back to you.
Thanks.
Yes. Sumit, who would you like to be your ideal customer? If money didn't matter, if you just wanted to pick a group of people and serve them because you like them or because you identify with them, and if the money was just taken care of, do you have an idea of what direction you might go?
Because Greg, I am serving people as my clients. They are with me from last 10 years as a my personal training client. So generally my ideal client there is around 30, above 35, 40, and especially managing their stress, losing weight, keeping themselves fit, and moderately. So that way, this is my category, ideal category. And before quarantine also, I had that thought that everyone is doing this. Everyone has the grip, everyone has the mat and everything. So I thought that, why can't we build a brand around exercise done at home, or at personal level. So this guy above 35, 40 does exercise to maintain his body and everything at home, and we serve them accessories and help them. This is my kind of, I have come to conclusion, like this can be the thing.
Okay. No, that sounds great. That sounds great. So what, if that's your person, what's your next step forward?
Next step would be, I did the same when we did this boosting for my page. I had the same this thing, you know, the chosen age and everything and category. We did the same. So now next thing should be kind of help them work out at home, even if in a less space and everything with the guidance. So can be a equipment they can use at home. So this next product can be that.
Okay. Do you have a couple ideas of what those
Yes.
products could be? Okay.
Yeah. It can be a exercise band, but not exercise band are used for rehabilitation of shoulder and doing internal rotation and external. Like they can do extremely heavy also, those kind of bands with the sleeve so that it doesn't snap their faces, and many other then it can be a medicine ball which is slightly heavy, and uh, and kind of, and a very good program they can do themselves. They'll have some posters kind of thing, and they'll have guidance also.
Great. Have you so how much progress have you made with you said you had a Facebook page?
Yeah.
Or a group? Okay. Have you
Facebook page I have, and but it is very fresh audience.
Okay.
So they hardly response.
Okay.
So
okay.
I'm putting up my videos today also. I do exercise on TheraBand or something like that, what they can do at home as it is a lockdown here. So I put up those videos right now. They do response, but very shallow.
I think, yeah, I mean, I had a look at Sumit's page, and there's and I like the videos, by the way.
Thank you.
But a lot of the other, and you got a good number of sort of likes on the page. When you got, I mean, where are they globally? Are they most in India or in the US? What did you?
India.
Okay.
India only.
Okay, good. So outside of the two videos that you did, most of the posts that you did are really generic, and none of your personality is in there. And my first suggestion is insert yourself in there so that they know who you are and what your experience is, rather than a general post about what physical fitness, why physical fitness is good. You can say the same things that are in the post, that if you do yoga, it's very good for whatever you want to say. But if hearing it from another person who's actually doing it, rather than seeing a graphic about why it's good, I think will change the way that people will engage with you, because then they start developing a relationship with you, and it'll take time, but there's enough people there. The other thing I would do is, rather than writing, the fact that you write out the exercises and the reps and everything, that's fantastic. The fact that you're showing how to perform it is also really good, but I make part of your video also explaining how sort of an intro to the exercises, and if you can do your exercises around sort of your equipment, and each time you bring another piece of equipment, this is where I would use my wrist guards, or I'm using the mat. And you don't even have to put like a you don't have to make it like a hard sell, but just show you using your equipment. And then once they get to your store, they can always see, okay, he has it there. But that, I think, would help as well. And if most of your audience is in India, what's the best language to do it in?
English only.
Okay.
The problem is India is very multi-language country. So when you go to South India, though, they can't speak our Hindi, which is commonly spoken, and the other part speaks Hindi. I mean, the only unified language can be English. It's like United States of India.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to India a couple of times. I've been to Chennai, Mumbai, and to Bangalore, and to Mumbai, and to Delhi. It's I love going to India. It's
Great.
a wonderful, crazy place. It's the craziest
Wonderful
place I
place.
know on earth. It's
By the way, have you been to Pune?
no, I've not.
Okay, this is the birthplace of Iyengar Yoga,
Okay.
the city.
So I last December, so that's what, it's 5 months ago. I can't remember anymore. It feels like
Yeah, yeah.
my sense of time has been completely destroyed by the fact that I've been at home for weeks on end. But last December was the first time I ever went to a yoga class, like a yoga class with other people in it. And I spent 5 years doing yoga at home in front of YouTube. And the first time I went, I was really nervous because I thought, wait a minute, these are really real people who are serious about yoga. They must be so much better than me, who's been doing it in front of YouTube. And that wasn't the case. I was really, really gratified that I'd managed to learn all this stuff just through YouTube videos. And I think that there's a lot of space for good instruction, whether it's exercise, whatever kind of exercise it is on YouTube. A lot of people sort of have a resistance to going to gym, and they need to, because they don't know exactly what to do. They don't want to go in there and look foolish because they don't know how to use the equipment or how to do the exercises. And I think that there's a good market to do it there, but there's a lot of people that are doing that. So that's why I was saying that the more specific you can be and the more personality you can get in there, you don't need 1 million viewers. If you can serve 1,000 people who regularly use your instructions, and they will tell 5 other people, and a quarter of those will buy your equipment, but then they'll start telling their friends. They say, okay, what are you doing? Hey, you look a lot fitter. Yeah, I ran into this guy Sumit on the internet. He does really good instructions, and he also has this brand, Iron Warrior, right?
Yeah,
That's how
yeah.
you.
I have been facing my inside resistance a lot with what you said. I was just going to say that I am doing the thing. I know what to do, but coming in front of videos and talking, telling, and doing this. I don't know, somehow it has that resistance inside me. The videos I posted right now on our pages has been posted by my boss. He told me you have to do it for our page and you have to post it on your your FB profile, and I landed up doing it, posting it in that Iron Warrior page also. I mean, I do it by kind of by force, but I have to have that acceptance, and I have to come in front of the become the face kind of thing, and I can do it, but it's just I find the struggle.
Do you need to be pushed, or are you afraid that you're going to get ignored? What's
no,
the
no,
problem?
no. I need to get pushed. That's it. Otherwise, I do feel that will I be able to do it better and better? Kind of.
That comes from practice. So how many times, if you didn't have this resistance, how many times a week do you think that you should be posting?
Once.
Once a week.
Once a week or max twice, kind of.
Okay. So do you want to, we can help you to push you. So going forward, you're gonna post once a week to your page.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. And we will hold you to that.
Yes.
And it'll take a while. It may take a couple of videos, and then you figure out, wait a minute, I do know what I'm doing. Yeah. And you might even figure out that you like doing it. Because it's always, we always imagine that things are a lot more difficult than they are, or that you need to have a lot more knowledge before you can go do something. And you'll learn a lot more from making mistakes in the real world than theoretically becoming perfect.
Now, that is why I was, I become extremely excited. You saw me while talking to Ryan. It's all messed up. So how you guys are comfortable, nice, easy on videos. I have to make more videos to
We're faking
get that level.
Yeah,
Greg,
we're faking it.
Yeah,
Just
Greg, just tell them how much we are prepared for this and how much we actually know what we're doing.
I'm not going to go there. I don't
You don't
want
feel comfortable.
to pull the curtain back that far. But Sumit, I can tell you that. What month is this again? What were we? This is May, right?
It's May 6th.
5 months ago, there is no way I could have done this. So any appearance that I give of confidence or knowing what I'm doing or comfort in front of the camera is practiced over just the couple of months that Bram and I have done this in the group, and now our podcast. But really, so we kind of started this whole thing by participating in the tribe at the end of last year into early this year. And I haven't told everybody this, but when we were doing that, I was terrified to go on camera. Absolutely terrified. I don't think I'd ever really done a Zoom meeting with my camera on before that. It just made me feel super uncomfortable. So being a part of that process where the call is on a Zoom meeting and everybody's like looking at everybody else, a couple weeks in, I was like, okay, I can do this, but I still hadn't actually spoken. It was weeks. We were at least 4 or 5 weeks into the 12-week process before I had enough courage to actually come on and speak in front of everybody, much less speak with Ryan. That was the first time I spoke with him on one of those meetings. It was kind of awful. Like I actually couldn't hear what he was saying because I was all in my head saying, oh my gosh, you're talking to Ryan. Ah!
Same here.
So it was like that. And, but interacting with those people for that period of time and understanding that everybody in there is a real person, just like me, and we're all a little nervous, but just getting past the fear took a while. So that's completely fine to have that almost that terror, that discomfort with having to do something new like this. It can be really intimidating, but just practice it. I mean, Bram and I have been continuing on the tribe in that kind of setting, but we've also done this, process here in the group enough that I feel, not terrified, I suppose. This is still a little bit uncomfortable for me to do what we're doing, but it's so much fun that we do it. So if you're committed to being the face of the brand, which you could certainly be, I mean, you have you have all the skills to be able to do that well. You just need a little bit of practice. And so doing a video a week and having it be uncomfortable, 3 months from now, it'll be easy. And you'll look back on these videos now, 3 months from now, and think, oh man, I'm so much better now. Look how nervous I was, but just going through it and doing it and making yourself consistently do the thing that you want to do but is uncomfortable will make you good at it. So it's certainly doable.
I'll do it.
I didn't know that, Greg. That you were
I know.
that nervous.
I was pretty nervous.
It's the big reveal. Yeah, and Sumit, I like the fact that you're doing it on your balcony. You're showing how you can use like the railing to tie the stretch bands to and all that kind. I think that's great. It makes it relatable. You should talk if you just need some tips about doing exercise videos. You should talk to Dana. She's also in the 1%. Yeah. She was on during the coffee thing as well. I'll connect you in the Facebook group, and she's has a lot of experience. I mean, she has a studio where she records exercise videos and what have you.
We extend some chat.
Okay, so you're already talking to her. Okay, good.
Not exactly, but there are some comments and kind of.
All right. I'm sure she can give you a couple of tips as well.
Yeah, Brahmin, I wrote few questions here, in my diary.
Okay, please go ahead.
this is what I do. Write it in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Started journaling just a few days back. Thomas, Mr. Thomas, he gave me this Life Warrior journal. So I tried writing it. Kind of, he's that I don't know whether he's here or not, but he's there in that eight figure group. So writing it down, what I found that community, and your community, they most of them have consumable products, and they have repeat customers kind of. So when I think about my products and everything, so if someone buys yoga mat, they'll hardly repeat customers. So how to handle that, how to tackle that, can you put some light on that?
I can speak to that. So even though you're not selling directly consumable products, over time, the products do wear out. So, I mean, you do have an opportunity for reorders. But in your case, you mentioned that your yoga mats are actually much hardier than the traditional yoga mat. So they will take much longer to wear out. The way that you can kind of build your revenue with products like that is really having them be so good that your customers are telling their friends how good the product is. And so you can actually gain new customers faster through referrals and word of mouth. And then to kind of keep the revenue moving, you'll just be introducing new products that are adding value in different ways. And if you have a fitness brand, there are certainly opportunities down the road for more traditional consumable products. You could do supplements, you could do all kinds of things. But to think that you have to have a consumable product is, it's not the case. There are people in the group who have $1 million businesses selling products that are not consumable. And you can do that with a handful of products. So, when you're looking kind of at the ideal product checklist, having something that's consumable is helpful because you do get more frequent reorders. But having a product that you don't need to reorder means that you can probably push it to a much higher price point. So if you were to do that yoga mat on Amazon US, I would recommend pricing it to be the most expensive yoga mat on Amazon. So don't compete on price with the people selling the traditional yoga mats. Sell it for like double or triple. And explain in your listing that, the other yoga mats, they're going to last, depending on use, they'll last this long. Yours is going to last 3 times as long, but it's only twice as expensive or something like that. So I wouldn't worry about that. Don't let that slow you down. But later down the road, when you see an opportunity to add in a complementary consumable product, that's fine. But you don't need to change anything you're doing right now because your products are not consumable. Just, you use that to your advantage in this case by charging a higher price point for them.
I'll do it. So actually, in meanwhile, thinking about the same, I thought of going into that, supplement thing, because my market is already above 35-40. So I had this thought of mixing Ayurveda and fitness together and getting up a product called as to maintain a good balance or to boost testosterone level. So I was searching for some product which is and I found a guy who next to close by my road, and he was selling this product very nicely in USA. It gets manufactured here only. This has ashwagandha and many other stuff to boost the testosterone. He was doing good, and he's a doctor. He's a friend of my client. So maybe down the line I'll ask him to produce for us.
Absolutely, you can do that.
What else?
Right.
What else is in your little notebook of questions?
I am trying to do this tie-up with influencers, and I somehow don't know how to. What Ryan said that make a good relationship with them, Don't try to negotiate, do this for me and kind of thing. So I made the relationship, and we are in good this thing. This Instagram, there's a profile. She does all exercises at home, and I sent her our yoga mat, as a gesture to her. I told her, don't think about any, tie up and everything. But we have a good relationship. But how to go to the next level is my really question. I mean, shall I offer her partnership on the sell? Shall I offer her some money on the front end? What is the big, even they don't know how to handle the brand. I am new to this world, even she is new.
I mean, two things. One, are you sure that you want to go with a female influencer if your target market is 35 to 45-year-old males? And is that going to take your brand
male
in
and
the whole?
female both.
Okay. So that's fine. If you're both new at it, you do a trial. I would connect it straight to results. Like if she promotes stuff and you give her a link that you can track back to sales coming from that link, give her a cut of the sales from that link, as opposed, and see how it goes. And tell her, like, let's try this out for a month or for 8 weeks or whatever, and see how it goes. If the model works, great. Are you getting a lot more sales? Then if it's not working, then maybe you need to think about how she needs to sort of push it differently. Or maybe she doesn't like doing it. Maybe it just feels sales. I don't know, but just try something out. I don't think that there's a right or wrong answer. I would just do something sort of short term just to see how it feels for you and for her. And you can also ask in the group. There's plenty of people in the group that have relationships with influencers. And ask them, so how did you get when you got your first influencer, how did you do that? What did you negotiate? Look, what were the terms? Does anybody have experience with new influencers? How do you as a manufacturer or as an e-commerce person sort of train new influencers? They might have a large market, they don't know audience, but they don't know how to tap into it. Because then maybe you're coming at it from a completely different angle rather than the money side. Someone has a large audience, but they don't know how to monetize them. And, maybe a little bit later on, you'll have enough experience so that you can say, well, this is how you should do it. Let's try this out. You can try it out with this yoga mat for 4 weeks and we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
It's just some thoughts. Just ask in the group. I think there's
I'll do it.
The more specific you are with your questions, the more specific the answers are that you're going to get.
Yeah, right.
What else?
To make this, I want to make this Iron Warrior brand as a global hub. We have registered it here in India. So we will be going this thing. So I have a site also, domain name also purchased and everything. But we are not taking sale on this website because I am almost completely busy all throughout the day, training and everything. So the site has a link of Amazon. It goes again, if someone wants to buy, they buy it from Amazon and everything. And I was just wondering, to making this brand big, what is the investment you might think that I have to put up?
I have no idea. What is big? I mean, what do you imagine when you think big? What are you imagining?
The investment amount.
No, when you say I want to make Iron Warrior big, what does that?
$1 million.
$1 million revenue. You don't.
$1 million US. Yes.
Okay. Don't have to make any investment outside of in stock. Go stick with Amazon. Don't try and do 10 things at once, and concentrate on getting sales through Amazon, because then you don't have to do packaging. You don't have to all the payment processing, all this headache, which would keep you from chasing all these things. They take care of it for you. It's a large marketplace. and you can concentrate on growing your audience and channeling people to Amazon to buy your stuff. That's what I would do.
Okay. Yeah. Currently, I'm doing the same.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Become so big that you feel that you're losing stuff because you're not somewhere else. I mean, first solve the problem of making a $1 million business, then start thinking about branching out. Not that I know from personal experience, but I keep on hearing this, that every single time when someone says, I need to branch out, I can't just be on Amazon, I'm worried about it, and they're selling 100,000, 200,000, 300,000. There's no need for it. There's plenty of people there that have fantastic businesses and haven't branched out yet, much larger than just $1 million revenue. Not that there's anything wrong with branching out, but it's not necessary.
I'd say where you are right now, there's no reason to worry about taking sales off of Amazon. The only thing I'd worry about off of Amazon is building audience. So email addresses, Facebook page, Facebook group, Instagram. If you build the audience asset off of Amazon and take the sales on Amazon right now, then that's really the most bang for the buck. You can channel that audience to buy on Amazon to boost your rank so that you're getting more organic sales from people that are not in your audience. If you don't have any insert cards or a way in your packaging, you do. Okay. So as long as you're collecting some of the Amazon people back into your audience world, that's really the best way to do it. Up until you get around $1 million and even past then. But there's really no need to worry about adding on other pieces to get to a bigger level, because what you're doing right now is going to get you to what you said is big. I mean, you're doing exactly what you're doing, just repeating that process and letting it grow will get you to the $1 million. So just concentrating on that is probably the most effective thing.
Okay. I had this next question actually. So in the group, I heard everyone I have this 10,000 email list, 20,000 email list. I always wonder that how do they get that emails, or I wonder, I have no customers data because I do FBA. I have no this thing. So can you give me some idea that if
I'll tell you exactly
email
what I do.
is helpful or not?
Yeah.
Even tell me that.
So what I do is I have insert cards in my packaging that send people to a website that is really just trying to collect an email address. And I have some really low cost inventory items that I offer as a freebie in exchange for the email. So people get my product on Amazon, they see the card, they visit the website, and they can basically get a free product in exchange for an email address. And for me, I mean, it's really cheap. It's like a couple bucks that I know I can make back after I send them 3 emails. So it's
Wow.
It's not a big deal to do
Wow.
that. But
Very
then
nice.
on Facebook, the other thing that is very effective is to set up like a product giveaway where people can come in and register to win a free product. They give their email address, and then once a month you pick a winner, send them their product, but also keep emailing all the people who didn't win and say, hey, you didn't win this time, but here's 10% off if you want to go buy something anyways. So the doing giveaways can help you to get a lot of emails pretty quickly. They're not always high quality because sometimes it's people looking for freebies, but there are people in that list that will stick around. So there's some list management that has to go on so that you can kind of slowly weed out the people that are not really customers, but it gives you a way to reach those people who are. So we can talk about that in the group, about some of the techniques that you can use to start building an email list. But honestly, I've been doing email lists for only maybe 2 or 3 years, and really only in the last 6 months do I feel like I'm kind of good at it, only a little
Okay.
bit good at it. But
Okay.
actually, earlier today, I sent an email to one of our brand lists, just reminding people that Mother's Day is this weekend, and we had a significant number of sales in the first 20 minutes.
Wow.
It was,
Wow.
I was shocked by how good it went. So once you finally have that list, it feels so good to be able
Okay.
to send an email and then just watch sales just start, ding, 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 ding. It's wonderful. But
Wow.
it takes work to get there. So we can talk about specifics.
I understood now.
In the
I
group,
understand.
it'll be easier to do it in that format than in this.
I can do it on our page also, and I can do it in inserts also. We do send free posters of big poster like 12-18 with this mat of Surya Namaskar, and few simple exercise can be done for losing weight. I mean, as a free thing, I can kind of send them some PDF in exchange of email ID, giving them more tips and everything.
Okay. No, that'd be great. And like I said, we can talk about it in the group and help you brainstorm some ideas and get that off the ground.
Thanks.
Right,
That
what
was
else?
Very good. Almost how to handle audience and FB page. So Bram told me have to come ahead and become more authentic about it and everything. So all the questions, most of them are answered, but I actually skipped this story of mine of Iron Warrior and everything. What I do is 3 things I managed about this brand. We will manufacture locally or something like that, and so that we can produce jobs. And then second, I follow Kaizen a lot since birth. My daughter's name is also Akira. So, this is Japanese. So, continuous improvement in the product. So all the product have been, even if there is a break, I go out of stock, I don't reorder. Something like that has happened in the last, which had bad experience because, people were saying that it is slippery. So I just after finishing this inventory, I didn't reorder it. I had to figure out that if it is slippery, what can be done. So I didn't reorder it because continuous improvement and kind of thing is kind of constitution of this brand. So I did it. I had this horizontal stripes. You can see. I don't know whether you can able to see it or not. So I had these horizontal stripes so that people can grip it on it. And then I had to really find out a lot, work harder for that because no one does it. And third one was, I like armies, all the armies. I like forces. I just finished the movie Body of Lies and everything just on Netflix. I like army, and because I wanted to become an army officer, I couldn't because of some reasons. Um, uh, so part of my profit, I get. The brand is very small. I get revenue compared to in this thing is like 3 to 4 thousand US dollars. So whatever profit I get, the small portion of it, we have a government site called as Braveheart. So it is for paramilitary forces, for like police officers, the firefighters who are martyrs. Their family gets paid on that. So whatever profit I get, a small portion I pay every month on that site from business. So this was the story of.
So Sumit, right? So there's two ideas that I have hearing you say that. One, we'll leave you alone for 4 weeks to do just a single exercise video a week. But then after you get comfortable doing exercise videos, you need to do 2 videos a week. One of them about exercise and one of them talking about these things. So, one time you can talk about Kaizen and explain what that is and where, where that idea came from in Japan, and that you can, I mean, you can do a lot of videos just talking about that and why you like it and what you like about Japanese culture, and then you can talk about Akira, and you can get into whole and all these sort of loops that are sort of interesting about getting to know you, right? You like the comic books, or you like the movies, all this kind of stuff. Talk about that. Talk about how that translate into your products and how that is part of the brand. And again, it'll strengthen the connection of your audience with your specific products. The price will become less and less of an issue for them, because they know, because it's Sumit's yoga mat with the lines on it. And when someone comes in and says, well, what's this yoga mat? Well, I bought it from this guy who's a yoga and fitness instructor, but he's also really into manga, and he really likes he's really into paramilitary stuff. He likes it so much that he's actually investing part of his profit into it. The story of doing local manufacturing is really strong. Go visit a manufacturer. Go visit the factory, videotape it, and edit it down to 5 minutes. Put it up. You have another. There's so much content that you can make just around the things that you already love.
Actually, Bram, the manufacturer who I'm dealing with, they are not actually this manufacturer. I mean, the guy who's making, he actually makes bags. I told him, I'll give you more margin. You make this mat for me.
That's even more interesting. No, but all these
stretcher and everything, I convinced them. This guy was a lathe machine guy who said that stretcher, it's not our job. I told him, you will make more money, do it. And he's, he does it for us.
It's fascinating. People
That's
will love
great.
this.
Yeah, share these stories with your audience.
I missed one thing actually, Greg. I had this vision. So I want to take this brand to worldwide, Europe, Europe, USA, everywhere. So I had this thing that, whenever Iron Warrior makes some profit at the share, if this society, suppose USA has, if Iron Warrior made some money in US, the profit share should be go in that community. If it made in India, it will go in India. It makes profit in USA, it will go that in that community. If it makes profit in UK, it will go in that community's martyrs family or something like that. I missed that point. So
no, that's a good idea.
Vision.
That's a good idea. I would say implementing that is going to be difficult initially. So, have that as your goal, but as you get to a point where you can start approaching these other markets, don't let that piece slow you down. So get something selling in these other markets, and then stop and say, okay, well, now where can I put this, share the profits here, and figure that out later. I think that's a great idea, and that it's a great brand story. Again, I mean, share all of this with your audience. And like Bram said, right now people, you can convince people to buy that yoga mat because it has the lines on it. But, down the road, people will just buy the yoga mat because it's yours, because they like you. So, keep that in mind, that, serving your existing audience base with good products and stories that are interesting and that edify them in their lives is like 80 or 90% of what you need to be doing. But then when you do add on these other pieces that you're excited about, that you feel good about, share that with them, and they'll feel the same way as well.
Oh, great. So I had this question, Greg, that when I want to go to USA, UK, kind of those market, but right now my audience is limited to Indian, because I the page I boosted it just for trial and in India only. So if I want to do it same with US or European this thing, shall I make another page for the same, or mix the audience all together? What is your suggestion?
I'm not sure I have a good suggestion. I haven't gone that international with my products, and so I don't necessarily know the best strategy.
I mean, I have a very firm opinion on this.
Okay.
Until you get a whole bunch of videos out and you get big in India, thinking about whether you need 3 or 4 or 5 different Facebook pages is not where you should be concentrating.
Right.
Build the business, get all of those building blocks, and then think about how you expand, because you can spend a lot of time now getting prepared for something you need to do a year from now,
Right.
and it'll stop you from doing what you need to do tomorrow.
Right. Absolutely correct, Brian.
And you can always ask that question. Even if Greg or I had a good answer to that question, it would be pointless to take it, because
Absolutely.
this is not the time.
Right.
And everybody does that. I do the same thing. Sometimes it's a lot easier to think about what you need to do a year from now, because it's not as anxiety inducing as something that you need to do in an hour. It's okay. I'm sure I can do all that stuff that I'm going to say that I'm going to do in a year, but having to videotape myself for 5 minutes next hour, that's going to stop
Is more important.
Exactly. So that's what I would do.
Important. Right.
Very cool.
So I'll the takeaway is post videos on our page, and initially post videos of exercises and then stories, small stories of everything.
I agree, and you should start talking in your exercise videos.
Yeah.
Maybe at the beginning or the end, so that the viewer can get an idea of your personality.
Yeah,
I think that's what you should do.
I'll do it.
Sumit, thank you so much for waking up so early. I really enjoyed talking to you. I can now give Andrew Love a hard time that waking up at 5 a.m. is nothing compared to what you did. Also, before we sign off, what else did I want to say? We'll be back in 2 weeks. Hopefully we'll get the mechanics figured out, so we'll be live. Our podcast is now up in iTunes. You can find it there, but we're not pushing it very hard at the moment, because we want to wait so that we can
subscribe everyone,
do the subscribe exercise together and do a countdown. So if you go in, don't subscribe yet, but we'll do it together the next time we do Coffee with Ryan. If you haven't yet, buy Ryan's book. It came out yesterday.
Tried it because I'm not getting it in India. Right.
Okay. I can't wait.
I want the hard copy.
It's arriving tomorrow. I can't wait.
Yeah, great. Congratulations to you guys. I might get it in 15 to 20 days.
Okay.
Did you already order
Amazon
it?
is shut here. Only
Okay.
essentials.
Okay.
And coffee with Ryan's back, not this weekend, the weekend after. Do your homework.
Yes.
All right. Thanks a lot, Sumit.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Bram and Greg. Thank you so much.